Hello to all, my name is Ramiro Velis. Today I will be discussing LGBTQ rights and hopefully garner your attention and motivate you to join the fight against discrimination. As I stated, my name is Ramiro Velis, but y'all can call me Ram. I'm a student here at Texas A&M University Corpus Christi like all of you. I see what each of you see. I breathe the same air you breathe. I bleed the same color you bleed. I love the same way and still I am faced with discrimination. Today I hope to make you understand and see the life from our point of view. I like for you to take off your shoes and put yourselves in mine, because no one has ever told you that you can't love who you love. I have gathered a handful of sources to establish a much better understanding of the topic to ensure that your decision will be based on facts and a person who faces society each day with the fear of discrimination. Firstly, I will discuss how the community is portrayed in today's society. Second, I will examine the arguments that are made on whether being gay is a choice or something we are born with. Third, I will discuss and mention how discrimination has not vanished, which is why we need more allies to join our cause and fight for a better tomorrow. Most of society tends to poke fun at the idea of different genders / different sexualities, simply due to the fact of it not being part of their normal. But what exactly caused them to think this way? According to Morris' History of Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, and Transgender Social Movements, published in 2009, same-sex movements have been fighting for rights since the 1870s. The discovery provides support in how much we as a community have endured simply for who we love and who we are. As an American, we are promised the land of the free, a place where we are able to say what we want to say, believe in what we want to be, and believe in what we want to believe, and be who we want to be. We have slowly gained much acceptance, although why is it that we have to fight for our rights when they were supposed to be guaranteed as soon as we made our grand entry into this world? All acts against the community have not been so kind. For instance, on June 12, 2016, America was faced with one of the most terrible acts against the LGBTQ+ community as the gay dance club Pulse was purposely attacked. 49 people lost their lives and 50 were injured, and the world was left in shock. I have no idea why such a person would viciously react in a deadly way. But one thing is certain. Society has been fed the misconception that no other relationship exists other than a man and a woman. A simple mistake in the Bible has caused generations of discrimination and hate towards those who love lives differ from the traditional man and woman relationship. Most Americans who do not agree with the LGBTQ+ community having equal rights like them tend to base their opinion on religion. I've been told by people of my own church that when I pass, I will not see the light, but rather burn in hell for my sin. God has not, nor will he ever punish me for loving who I love, and that is a common fact. We are now aware of how religion plays a factor on creating this assumption that being who you are and loving who you want is bad, just because it is not written on a book that was written 500 years ago does not mean it cannot happen. There has been many discussions and arguments on the topic if being gay is something you are born with or simply a decision. People who are LGBTQ+ are often told that we decide what we want, and which then leads to certain people to believe that it is curable. This, however, is not the case, as scientists have stated in research from Dastagir 2018 that brains of people who identify as heterosexuals differ from those who are not. We each can be who we want to love without owing an explanation to anybody. According to scientists, the biology matters, but they still, to this day, not know how or why. Therefore, no one can claim it is a decision, but we know it is something we are born with. Now, most of you here, according to the survey results, are heterosexuals, with some of you being a part of the community. Now, for the next point, I'd like each of you to imagine if the roles were switched. Most of our lives, we are asked questions that question if we really know what we want. I, for one, have been asked questions such as, are you sure you're gay? Have you ever been with a woman? Is it possible that it might just be a phase? Now, to those of you who identify as heterosexuals, I'd like to respectively ask you these questions, so you can get a sense of what we endure. Why do you insist on being so obvious and making a public spectacle of your heterosexuality? Can't you just do what you want in your own time and your own place, not in public? It is evident that sooner or later we will have the definite answer of whether it is something we decide or something that we are born with. But we know for a fact that the brains of the people who are attracted to the same sex are different from the people that do not. Many individuals like to believe that since the Supreme Court ruling in 2016, the hate for the LGBTQ+ community has vanished, but as a member of the community, that is completely not true. According to the State of the LGBTQ+ Community, published in 2015, after years of advocating for equal rights, as a president who was finally on our side, decided to listen. Under the Obama administration, the Supreme Court was able to conclude that same-sex marriage is legal under the Constitution. It allowed us to get married to who we want and love who we wanted to love. What society does not seem to understand is that the hate ultimately affects how a person lives. For instance, this year Donald Trump appointed Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court. Many members of the community were left in fear as one of the cases she is likely to overturn is same-sex marriage, due to the Supreme Court now having a severely conservative majority with her on board. The movement is still not accepted, when in reality this should not be up for debate, because it is the life we are born to live. The call for change is as loud as ever. We must not turn, but instead stand tall and protect who we are. As heterosexuals, nothing will ever compare to the fear we LGBTQ+ live with every day, but you can help initiate the change that is needed. So now you understand the hardships we face each day, that it is not a choice, but rather how our brain is developed and how we still face it today. So I hope each of you are more aware and understand and see it from my point of view. The life I live is not so easy, but I want you to know that you guys can continue to change the world. I implore you to join the cause, because there's still much left to do. The amount of work, activism, and legislations that have occurred have helped our situation, but it has not protected us from the wrath of society. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank each of you for being here today and listening to the change we need to make a reality. Join the fight for equality. Help us fight for the freedom to love. Help us live our lives without fear. Together, let us create a better tomorrow for all of future generations to come. Join me. Thank you.